In the city of Jerusalem, there is a place of refuge for the lone soldiers of Israel to come and rest. This place, called HaMiflaht, which means refuge or sanctuary in Hebrew, was started by Scott and Teresa Johnson in order to provide a home for soldiers who didn't have one.
We have, in a sense, like orphaned warriors in our home. What do I mean by that? A lone soldier is a young man or woman that has made Aliyah to Israel on their own. They have no one to be with them. Israel is a very family-oriented society. It requires the family to help them. It's a volunteer army here in Israel, but it's a mandatory volunteer. Everyone has to do their mandatory service. Generally, a male does 3 years and a female will do 2 years. A lone soldier will get about $300 a month, and sometimes they get a little extra to rent an apartment or something of this nature. But an apartment here, two-bedroom apartment, is close to $700 to $800 a month. So there's no way they can live. So Miflaht, in a sense, is a place they can come to. They have a home that they can come to. They can live here. We have Shabbat dinners every Erev Shabbat. We have right now 4 or 5 that are living with us full time, that are here through the week. We generally have about 10 that kind of come and go on the weekends when they're off the base. Again, Miflaht is the place. It's their home. It's a place they can come to where they are loved, where they can feel at peace, they can feel safe. It's their family.
Ovid Benny met Scott and Teresa through a friend, a meeting which has changed his entire life for the better.
Scott and Teresa, when I first met him, I didn't know they were Christian, and I was afraid to be here when I heard that. But then it changed my entire thinking. You know, I saw they are very, very good people, and they help me with everything. My parents don't talk to me, but they are just like my parents, and they help me a lot in the army. They help me with everything, with money, with home, and with the love that I didn't get for 2 years in the army.
The presence of a family in the lives of these young Israelis provide them with consistency in their lives. Every week, Scott and Teresa host Shabbat dinners, which is the highlight of many of the soldiers' week. Teresa cooks the dinner, and Scott, aka the wingmaster, prepares his famous wings that are served every week. The night includes singing, eating, joking, and spending much-needed time with loved ones. Ze'ev Milner, who moved to Israel from Russia, served in the border patrol in the Israeli army and has known Scott and Teresa for over 6 years.
They invited me for a Shabbat dinner, and we fell in love with each other, and they became a family. And today is, as I said, 6 years as I know them. I finished my army, I finished my classes in the university. But no matter what happens, every Friday I just go to this place, to HaMiflaht, to spend time with my friends and first of all with my family, Scott and Teresa Johnson.
Scott and Teresa invest everything into the lives of these young people, seeing them through many milestones, like Ze'ev's graduation. When he received his master's degree, Scott and Teresa were there to support and congratulate him. The contribution Scott and Teresa make to the lone soldiers and the nation of Israel is recognized throughout the country.
Today, Scott and Teresa are known as the parents of the lone soldiers in Israel. They're recognized by Israel, by the Israeli army, by the Jerusalem municipality, by all the authorities. And the army sends the lone soldier to this house, to HaMiflaht, because they know that this is the only place where the guys can stay, can be safe. They know that nobody judges them. They know that this is the place where they're loved, and that's where they get their portion of the the parents' love which they don't get anywhere else.
The inspiration behind HaMiflaht comes directly from the scriptures, and for Scott and Teresa, it is obvious why, as Christians, it's their duty to help God's people.
In Ezekiel 36, chapter 36, verse 24, God's talking about bringing his children home from the four corners of the earth, the north, south, east, and west. He's going to bring them to Israel. He is going to sprinkle them with water and cleanse them, forgive them of their sins. He's going to take a heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. We take that literally, that God uses us to help these young men and women take that heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Within that, the young men and women that God brings into this home generally come from dysfunctional families. They have had major problems either with religion or with the fathers, and they are they have a very hardened heart when they come here. And most of them don't believe in God anymore, or a big thing is they say God doesn't hear them anymore. He's not listening to them. And our job, we believe what we do here, is to help them understand that there is a God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There is a God that has made covenant with them, has made covenant with us also as being non-Jews. But God has made promises to them that are eternal. And we try to bring them back to that part of it.
For more information on HaMiflaht, visit their website at www.hamiflaht.org or email Scott at scott.j@hamiflaht.org or Teresa at teresa@hamiflaht.org.